Call the meeting to order and call on Councilor Brown. Lead us in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll.
Councilor Brown.
Here.
Councilor Jennings.
Here.
Councilor Broughton. Councilor Watson.
Here.
Councilor Barton.
Here.
We have a quorum to do business. And Mayor Lovelace, sorry.
Here.
We have a quorum to do business.
I call on the Reverend David Chattel of St. Stephen Episcopal Church to lead us in an invocation.
My apologies for missing the meeting last week. I ended up misplacing one of my children. Let us pray. Loving God, whose glory is in all the world, we commend our nation to your mercy, that being guided by your providence, we may dwell secure in your peace. Grant to all in authority wisdom and strength to know and to do your will. Fill us with the love of truth and righteousness. Make us ever mindful of your calling to serve people. Send upon those who hold office in this city the spirit of wisdom, charity, and justice, that with steadfast purpose they may faithfully serve their offices and promote the well-being of all people. May your holy and life-giving spirit so move our hearts that barriers which divide us may crumble, suspicions disappear, and hatred cease. That our divisions being healed, we may live in justice and peace, through Christ who is all in all. Amen.
Amen.
Next item is to approve the October 26, 2020 regular meeting minutes as presented by the clerk.
Motion to approve regular meeting presented by the city clerk on October 26.
Second.
Motion by Councilor Barton, second by Councilor Brown to approve the minutes from October 26th regular meeting. Is there any discussion or changes? Hearing none. Councilor Brown?
Yes.
Councilor Jennings?
I abstain.
Councilor Broughton? Councilor Watson? Councilor Barton?
Yes.
The minutes for the October 26th regular meeting are approved.
Next item is to approve the November 2nd, 2020 special organizational meeting minutes.
Mayor, I offer a motion to approve the minutes of November 2nd special organizational meeting. Second.
Motion by Councilor Watson, second by Councilor Broughton to approve the November 2nd, 2020 special organizational meeting. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Councilor Brown?
Yes.
Councilor Jennings?
Yes.
Councilor Broughton? Councilor Watson? Councilor Barton?
Yes.
The minutes from the special organizational meeting on November 2nd, 2020 are approved.
First item on the new business is I want to present a proclamation. I think everybody knows we have Veterans Day this week. I think it's Wednesday. And I asked Joe Kane Doge with the American Legion to be here. I'm going to read this proclamation and ask Joe then to come to the front and I'll present it. In honor of patriotic service of the United States military veterans, whereas the City of Brewton seeks to support, honor, and encourage dedicated service, and whereas the United States military veterans have demonstrated valor, selflessness, dedication, and love of country, and whereas the United States military veterans have lived a storied tradition of community leadership throughout the state of Alabama, and whereas the United States military veterans service or have served in every city department as well as in matters of commerce, education, and as community partners, and whereas the city wishes to convey on the upcoming Veterans Day, November 11th, 2020, our unencumbered gratitude for their past service and future contributions, Now therefore be it proclaimed by the mayor and city council that the United States military veterans be honored on Veterans Day by the city and all its residents. Proclaim this 9th day of November 2020. Congratulations.
Thank you. I think it's a couple of words. I humbly accept this on behalf of the American Legion and its veterans in our community. They're a proud bunch. We don't toot our own horns a lot. And when the city offers this proclamation and recognition, it brings us to know that we are appreciated. So thank y'all very much. Thank you.
And today we have Dennis Bondurant here, who's going to accept on behalf of this National Home Care and Hospice Month. And I'm going to read this proclamation and ask them to come forward. Proclamation in recognition of outstanding community service in the city, whereas home health care services provide high quality and compassionate health care services to more than 5 million Americans annually, especially in times of community or personal health care crisis, and whereas 90% of Americans want to age in place, and home care is preferred method of health care delivery among the disabled, elderly, and chronically ill individuals eager to live independently in their own homes as long as they possibly can. Whereas home health care services allow families to stay together and provide for greater health, dignity, and comfort in our communities. And whereas home health care in the U.S. is a growing alternative to hospitalization or other institution-based forms of health care for acute and chronic illnesses, providing care to millions of Americans each year. And whereas 2 million everyday heroes, including home health care nurses, therapists, and aides, will travel almost 1 billion miles to deliver care and work tirelessly to provide professional support to millions of Americans in need of quality health services. And whereas these dedicated home health care professionals and volunteers form a support network that continues to play a vital role in health care delivery for our nation's disabled, infirm, and aging population, and whereas LHC Group, D.W. Macmillan Home Health Care, the National Association for Home Care and Hospice, and thousands of home care agencies across the U.S. have declared the month of November as National Home Care and Hospice Month, and are calling on all Americans to observe these occasions with appropriate ceremonies and activities. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the mayor and council of the City of Brewton that all residents recognize November as National Home Health Care and Hospice Month in Brewton, Alabama, and therefore encourage the support and participation of all citizens in learning more about the home care and hospice concepts of care for the elderly, disabled, and infirm. Proclaim this 9th day of November 2020.
This is Rebecca Whitfield. She's our executive director at our office. And Miss Emily Miller, she's one of our nurses also. Congratulations. I'm also president of the chamber, and I also want to thank you and the city council for helping us fund the Porch Fest this weekend. I think it turned out great. It was a good success. So I do want to thank you for that.
We appreciate all y'all do.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
thank you.
The next item is to approve the accounts payable for October 2020.
Motion to approve accounts payable for October 2020.
Second.
There's a motion by Counselor Brown, a second by Counselor Barton to approve the accounts payable for October 2020. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Counselor Brown?
Yes.
Counselor Jennings?
I abstain.
Counselor Broughton? Counselor Watson? Counselor Barton?
Yes.
The motion carries and the accounts payable for October 2020 are approved.
Next item is to approve the Avalon Power Foundation Good Roots Grants Resolution, and I call on Steve Layton.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. The Alabama Power Good Root Tree Grant was issued for $1,000, and this is for the planting of trees to improve community development. Since Hurricane Ivan, we've lost trees over time from storm damage, aging out, and stress from disease. And these trees have to be replenished, and our urban forest is going to age out, and it will require us to always replant what we're losing each year. Even for this grant, fruit trees were first introduced by Craig Jerkins' team in Jennings Park, and they continue to grow down there right now. Last year, we also applied for this grant. We were awarded funds to plant fruit trees at the J.L. Fisher as the test site. And Scott Pate's team planted those trees, and this spring, they were already trying to bear fruit. The grant for this year was directed at supplying a natural food source tree for wildlife in 3 parks, at Jennings, E.O. Wilson, and O'Bannon. Our visitors were seeing wild deer on their walks through the parks and along the boardwalk that connects O'Bannon and Jennings. We selected chestnut trees as a species that would provide a natural source of food and also survive in that swampy area that lies between the 2 parks along the boardwalk. And this will provide not only food for our downtown deer population, but they've been planted so that visitors that come to see the parks might get a chance to see more wildlife. The future of this grant will have us also looking next at the loss of our many pecan trees around Brewton. A lot of us have seen those as we've grown up kind of disappear from Brewton. So through the years, we'll also be possibly looking at fruit trees to also increase at J.L. Fisher because we found success there. So that gives you an idea of what this grant does and what it's all about, and I think we're happy to have it.
So that's resolution number 20-1109, which is on the board.
Mayor, I have a motion to approve resolution number 20-1109.
I have a motion by Counselor Watson, a second by Counselor Broughton to approve resolution number 20-1109. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Counselor Brown?
Yes.
Counselor Jennings?
Yes.
Counselor Broughton? Counselor Watson? Counselor Barton?
Yes.
The motion carries and the resolution for the Alabama Power Foundation Good Roots Grant, resolution number 20-1109 is approved.
Next item is to appoint a nominating committee. We have an expiring term for Sammy Weaver on the Industrial Development Board, and I appoint Counselor Joe Watson and Counselor David Jennings. The next item is also a council appointment. That's to appoint a nominating committee for the Brewton Development Authority for an expiring term of John Browning, and I appoint Counselor Feast Broughton and Counselor Cheryl Barton. The next item is to appoint a member of the council to the Sanitation Earth Committee, and I appoint Counselor Cheryl Barton. The next is to appoint a council member to replace Councilor Lawrence Weaver on the Dilapidated Properties Committee, and I appoint Councilor Kerry Brown. Next item is to appoint a replacement for Councilor Weaver on the Greenlight Committee, and I appoint Councilor David Jennings. Next item is to appoint a member of the Airport Committee who is no longer in Brewton, Robert Desmute, and I appoint Brock Holt. And the next item is I appoint to the Cemetery Rules and Procedure Committee, Councilor Kerry Brown as chairperson. I think that is it. So, now the next item is on the City Planning, the Planning Committee, and I reappoint Reverend Willie Blue and Sandy Hardy to that committee.
Yeah.
Appoint Finance
Finance
Committee.
Committee.
I'm sorry, Finance Committee, I appoint Councilor Cheryl Barton. Being no further meeting.